Happy 12-week anniversary.
Happy 12 weeks.
And welcome to Keeping It Magical TV. I'll get it right one of these days.
One day. It's only been 12 weeks.
It's only been 12 weeks.
We'll get it eventually. Right?
But we had a beautiful day today.
We did.
We went out.
We always do, but some are even more beautiful than others.
We did. We had date night last night. We got to sit around and watch the Notebook. Kevin had never seen the Notebook before, so you think
Melony had, so Melony cried even more than she did the first few times because that's what she does.
But I kind of had the plot of it figured out pretty early, I think. But,
yeah.
Well, I kind of saw previews of it, but I'd always wanted to watch the Notebook, so we sat and watched a chick flick last night.
Which is really unusual for us in general, just because we don't watch TV.
No, it's actually the first movie we'd actually sat and watched, I think, together. So
if we do watch TV, it's very selective.
we make our own TV.
Yeah.
But anyway, we went to beautiful Bach Gardens, or Bach Towers, where she's going to be starting work this week. And just some amazing things happened over the weekend. You know, we've 3 years ago, I started surrounding myself with good people. Tracy, you're one of them. You know, we become very good friends, and I think what transpired between us is because of the inner work that we did with each other. Mm-hmm. But it was also surrounding ourselves with people who wish us the best and wanted the best for us, and good-hearted people. And because of those kind of people, we were able to find a car, and not only a car, but a beautiful car that's been well maintained and will no doubt get her to and from and her daughter safe to where they need to go this week when Kamaya starts back at school and she starts her new job at this amazing place that we went to today.
It's so good. It's just the energy there is electric.
Yeah.
Really.
It is.
In the absence of electricity. It's the true electric. No.
But anyway, you get up to the tower there, and they have like concerts, and the tower. I took a picture of it, but it's neat the history of the tower because they play this music and it just echoes throughout the whole park.
It's a carillon.
And people will just sit there and meditate. They'll just sit there and enjoy the day and the serenity of the place. And it just really is just a beautiful place. And I can tell how excited you are about going to work there. And I'm just, I don't know how we made it happen, but we have. It truly has been magical.
Well, because I just believe that when you are true to yourself and following that inner guidance and those nudges or those urges or those impulses or I don't know why I really feel like I should do this today, but I'm going to do it and don't question it. Life will lead you down sometimes unexpected paths, and they always end up when you're in alignment with your true self, and you're truly listening to the positive voice within you and not the naysayers and not the negativity. Like, life just works out beautifully.
I did. I think when this all started, I tried to tell myself that, you're too young, you're too beautiful, that there's no way that you could possibly love me. But you show me every day that you truly do love me. And it's not just... it definitely wasn't because of what I had. We weren't after my money or anything like that. You really just truly love the man that I am, and I just adore the hell out of you. You know I do. I write about you every day, and I write about us every day because I want to keep it magical. I just adore you, and I wake up every morning.
Feels pretty cool being adored too, and I adore him.
I wake up.
I show it, and maybe not so much in writing, but I try to show it in other ways.
Oh, you do, and that's why I write like I do. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I look over and I see her laying there. I'm like, I just find it hard to believe sometimes, but it's true, and I just feel so blessed. and not only that, but I got a side package that isn't here right now. But that little girl and me are are just um,
Adorable
we just
together.
have a great time together. She messes with me a lot, and I mess with her, and we just we kind of have this little back and forth with each other, and it
Mm-hmm.
really is neat to watch. And I think um, you really enjoy watching that too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
She'll just sit back and just watch us go at it, but um,
It's so
it,
cute.
it has been it's been a beautiful journey, and it's been an amazing 12 weeks.
Hmm.
Um, I never imagined it could be this good. I just
That's why I always say I
I just get giddy.
I just leave my options open, because if I was to limit my options to what I know, then I could be cutting out and missing out on so much, because there's so much out there that's even far greater and far better than what I have any ability to even conceive.
Well, I think that's what happened when we finally did kind of fall. I mean, when we finally decided that hey, the age didn't matter, the everything else that was going on didn't matter. What mattered was what we could share with each other. And when we decided that we were going to go at this, I don't think anything can stop us now. We just it really just has been truly unbelievable.
And not that there aren't occasional people who try to, and I don't want to give them any more time or energy or even focus than necessary. But I do want to acknowledge that, yeah, we know that the negative. I have
We
to.
know that there's
The
people out here
negative
who just
Nancy's
are
and
just
Debbie
sitting back
Downers
waiting
and the
for this to fall
naysayers
apart.
and all the people who are gonna be like, oh, I can't wait to see it crash and burn.
Yeah,
But that's okay.
that's all right.
Like
Keep waiting.
we,
Keep holding on to that
you're
hope.
not gonna bother us. You are not gonna affect our energy, our positivity, our belief in this. When
Right.
hopefully maybe somewhere along the way it'll rub off and they'll give up that perspective, and they'll take on the, well, maybe it is really even possible for
Maybe
me,
it is possible
because it is.
that this could really, really, truly happen, and it truly can happen. It is prayers being answered. I know you've been praying for me, and I've been praying for you,
Right.
and I just I get giddy. I get excited, and she calms me down. But it's um, I just never realized how good it could be. You really have made me realize what love truly is,
Likewise.
and I just can't imagine me spending my life with anybody else. You just got me. If I told her this morning, go ahead, try to leave. I will hunt you down.
I'm not gonna try to leave. So
I'll be like the
you
caveman.
won't
I'll
hear
be
it. You won't
dragging
be
her
hearing
back.
about it on the news or anything. Nothing like that. No.
Clobber over the head, and bring her back. No, it really is neat. We've had some disagreements a little bit, but we talk them out, and we find out that it's really not so much a disagreement; it's maybe just a different perspective on things.
Yeah, just taking the time to understand why it is that you feel the way that you feel, and then acknowledge it.
Right,
I think that's one of the most important things,
right.
is letting you say and tell me how you feel,
Well, we listen to each other.
and truly listen,
Yeah,
and not try to invalidate it and
No.
say that you're wrong for feeling that way,
Exactly.
and instead validate it and say, you know what, you're right. You have every right to feel that way.
she doesn't think I'm crazy because I feel things.
and I understand why you feel that way. So could I tell you what my perspective of it was, and and we shared that way, and I think that's what I think a lot of people are missing, is that that moment when someone says something that is of a different perspective, or disagree, or feels like it's coming at you, instead
Right.
of stopping and pausing to listen
Right,
and figure out why they feel that way,
right,
and just give them permission, and not make them wrong for feeling that way,
right.
and then just say, okay, maybe I could offer you some information from what I was thinking that will
Right.
help you understand.
Right.
You know, but that validating how they feel,
And I
I
guess
think is just really, really important.
I guess what it was the other day, I was kind of getting a feeling that something was wrong. She was just really tired and always just wanted to just let her body rest and all that. And I thought it was something that I had done, or that maybe I wasn't doing something right or whatever. So I kind of brought it to her attention that I was feeling that there was something wrong. And she's like, no, no, no. And she explained to me that sometimes her body just needs to shut off for a while. And I know this by now, but sometimes I need that reassurance. And she didn't get mad at me because I needed that reassurance. She reassured me, and everything was okay. It's that kind of understanding that we have for each other. Just amazes me because it's like we just know each other, and
Right.
you know how my little mood swings are, and I know how your little mood swings are.
And I think,
And we accept
it also allows you to see where you balance each other out, because like where I may go in, I just nicknamed them my shutdowns.
Right.
Where like if I have so much going on in my life and there's so many things, and I feel myself starting to get caught up in that
Overwhelmed.
spiral or that snowballing of being overwhelmed, or I don't know how I'm going to do it, my body just says pause,
Right.
go take a nap.
And that's what she was trying to tell me when I was out there frantically looking for her car. She's
Yeah.
like, everything's going to work out. Just relax. It'll be okay. And I'm like, we're running out of time. We're running out of time. She's like, things are working out. You got friends that are
And sometimes
making you offers, and just listen.
we
and,
get I think we get our momentum going in the wrong direction,
Right.
because we get so worried and caught up in thinking that, and deadlines, and we think we have to have the answers right here right now, and a
Well-
lot of times we don't, but they're coming to us. And I think just
This is-
sometimes pausing and stopping and just breaking that momentum of the stress and of the overthinking, and just allowing yourself to take a break. When you do wake up, you do have a whole different perspective, and you can come at it and you can look at it differently. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, well, look how perfectly this could work.
I guess Kevin's been this kind of person where I haven't really been able to rely on anybody for so long in my life, most of my life. And so everything that I've ever gotten, or everything I've ever had, I've had to work for, I had to go after, I had to go get. And sometimes I just miss what's right in front of me because I'm so focused on, I gotta get this done, I gotta get that done. And nobody's gonna help me, I gotta do it myself. When over the last 3 years, I really have. I've surrounded myself with just amazing people. And sometimes I just gotta listen to them. It's going, hey, Kevin, I'm willing to help you if you just listen. And she calmed me down after she agreed to go ride around with me and looking at cars. She's like, maybe
It's gonna work out.
it's gonna work out.
And
it did.
I
And it
keep
did.
reminding you too that I think a lot of that is allowing yourself to enter into a new stage of believing that I've had to work so hard and I've had to struggle, and not that you don't have to work hard,
Right.
but give up that belief that you have to struggle.
Right.
Like,
Right.
and start fostering in yourself that belief that things are working out for me without me having to struggle.
Right.
You know,
And
like,
it really has. It's been such a refreshing 12 months for me, and it has been. Here, I thought my perspectives were all in line with who I was meant to be and all that, but this relationship has broadened my perspective even wider.
I call it
And-
it's a catalyst relationship. Like we should all have catalyst relationships, friendships, like all kinds, where they're that element that triggers within you an understanding of maybe a new perspective or a deeper
Right.
understanding
A
of
deeper
yourself,
understanding.
or a new insight into something. And it's not to make anything that you were doing or feeling or believing before wrong. It's
Right.
just kind of like, oh,
Yeah.
there's maybe I
That
can,
makes sense.
You
How many
know?
times have you in your life really had a belief in something, and then you get this different perspective on it, and like, My opinion kind of changes a little bit, or
The
broadens, or
that paradigm
widens,
shift, you
and
know.
that's what it was. I think when we met, we knew this kind of love existed, but I don't think either of us were ready for such honesty, such true commitment towards each other.
And just that
It
authenticity
it
and
blows
the
us away. It does.
all the things that you that like I mean, because there were so many times when I would literally write lists of if I could have anything I wanted, what would I want in a
Right.
relationship, you know, and safety,
Right.
security, of like non-judgment,
Right.
you know, vulnerable, say, you know, able to be vulnerable, just
Absolutely.
no fear of being shot down or criticized, like when I just expressed a feeling or opinion, you know, and just
She really does. She takes the time to understand me, and I think I take the time to understand you. And it's because we just have this amazing connection with each other. There's nothing more than I want than to spend the rest of my life with you, and have that little girl and you in my life. It's just been a godsend. It truly has been a godsend, and you made my life just so full of life.
likewise,
And
likewise.
but I think it goes both ways. And I hope our story inspires you, especially if you are still single, if you haven't found this kind of love. It took a lot of inner work. People, I really did. I had to make myself into this person that would attract somebody this amazing, and she is just amazing to me, and that's who
And
I,
same
I
for
think you should look
me.
for. That person who you look at and go, God, you're just amazing. I just love you, and that's how it should be.
Hmm.
And I found that with you, and
Likewise.
I can't thank you enough. For 12 weeks ago at 9:19 in the morning, you sent me a message, and it,
That's another one of those just impulses that I was like, I need to act on
but
this.
it, I mean, I never thought that Sunday morning, that 12 weeks later, I'd be sitting here on Keeping It Magical TV,
Neither
telling
did
the world
I.
about an amazing love story.
Which is another perfect example of how you, in that moment, I knew that it felt right to do that, but I knew it was going to have a positive outcome, but I had no ability to even perceive or even guess that this is what that outcome would have been.
I had
So
no
if I had
idea.
tried to limit myself at that point in time to only what I was able to currently perceive
It's like a
or
seed. It's
imagine,
like a seed was planted, and we just kept watering it, and it just became this beautiful, beautiful love story.
right.
And I can't wait to see where our future goes.
So
And
never limit yourself to what you know right now because there's so much greater out there.
let's see, we started this. We started the Keeping It Magical. I think on the 15th of last month. Or-
Mm.
So
It was January 15th.
yeah, so it's been about 3 weeks, and we've got over 350. We got 350 followers, I think now, and our YouTube channel is starting to grow and catch on. And that's where you can find all our videos, and all my poems are on Keeping It Magical page, and of course my homepage. And she's written some just beautiful stuff, and I think we're going to be on a Valentine's Day special with
We are.
Saeed and his group doing live poetry, and I'm looking forward to that. Not that I need a special day to show you I love you, but I think it would be a great
I
inspiration.
think this is with a different group, but it's
Yeah,
similar to a
right,
group with Saeed. We'll post more information about it.
right. But it just truly has been an amazing 12 weeks, and I can't wait to see where the next 12 decades go.
Right. And that just reminded me that I did want to
That's
say
120
that
years. I'd be 179.
I've had quite a few people message me or lately about just different things that they're going through,
Right.
whether it's sicknesses in their family, I know that right now there are a lot of people out there that are facing a lot of different
Right.
hardships and struggles, and I just want to make sure that everyone knows that when we get those messages, we do care. We
do.
read those, and that we truly are always sending out just positivity
We
and prayers.
appreciate your prayers, and believe us,
and
you
love.
guys are in our prayers too.
Right. And
Yeah.
so, for any of you going through anything right now, just know that you're constantly receiving
And-
positive, loving, healing.
And Douglas, I
prayers
hope
from
you and your
us.
mom are okay. Keep Doug and his mom in your prayers. They were involved in an accident. Luckily, both of them walked away unhurt. But I know how those injuries can kind of sneak up on you. And I hope your mom and you are doing okay, Douglas. They've been both following my page for quite a few years, or at least a year. And I think I sent your mom a book a while back. And I just appreciate, it's just my way of saying I appreciate, you know, because you guys don't realize how much you've inspired me before all this happened.
Mm-hmm.
You're my inspiration now, but you people who have followed my story for the last 3 years have been my inspiration before all this happened.
Right.
And I
And
can't
I
imagine.
embrace that, and I'm grateful for that for you.
Well, because
Yeah.
of you, I did find this.
Right.
I would have given it up a long time ago if it hadn't been for the people that cheered me on for the last 3 years.
And now I just want to be another cheerleader for them too.
And I want to be your number one fan too. And like I told
Yeah.
you today when we were out at Bach Gardens, you know, I'm so happy for you that you found this job. I'm so happy that you're gonna, because I think this is gonna bring such a peace about you, and so be so good for your soul. And I'm just so excited
it's
for you.
beautiful. If you're ever in Florida and you have a chance to go anywhere, I'd bypass don't tell Disney. I'd bypass Disney and I'd go to Bach Tower.
Bach Gardens is a beautiful place, and
That's probably cussing in Florida, but
and
I
it
just
is-
said so.
it is well worth the visit. So if you ever around Winter Haven, Lake Wales, Florida, it's definitely worth going to see. But we love you guys. Have a beautiful rest of your Sunday, and a beautiful next week. And I'm sure we're gonna go on and next week and
Keep you
talk about
updated, yeah.
your new adventures. And who knows, maybe one day I'll join you out there. And
I'd love it.
I'd love to work
Maybe
out
one
there.
day we'll have our own gardens.
Yeah, maybe we'll have
Kevin
our
and
own
Melony
Bach
gardens.
But we love you guys, and thank you again for following our page. And don't forget to hit like and follow on Keeping It Magical, and keep up with our story as it unfolds.
Absolutely.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We love you guys. Mwah.
Mwah.